I'm Barlowe from Heirloom Restaurant in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So Heirloom Restaurant is in the tentative stages of opening. The projected opening date will be of June 2013. The idea behind the concept of Heirloom Restaurant will be contemporary Carolina cuisine, meaning over 90% of the ingredients brought into the restaurant will be sourced from family farms in and around the state of North Carolina. Fisheries in North Carolina, producers of products in North Carolina such as artisan cheeses and craft beers. This will be the concept for Heirloom Restaurant. So I guess I'd always sort of had a passion for food growing up, whether it be cooking in my grandmother's kitchen, learning the facets of biscuits and cornbread making, to as far as working on my family's small garden and farm where we harvested sourwood honey, 7 different types of heirloom potatoes, and a large different varieties of heirloom vegetables. Some of the culinary highlights that I think I've achieved over my career was #1 and foremost working at the French Laundry under Chef Thomas Keller and Chef Corey Lee, Chef Tim Hollingsworth. All were fantastic chefs, have gone on to do absolutely fantastic things. Oh, I don't want to forget Devin Nell. Devin Nell is also a fantastic chef at the French Laundry. And working for those chefs, that allowed me to see what the top level of the game is. And if you see the top level of the game, it's so much easier to find your niche in and around the culinary scene. After working at the French Laundry, I think some of my culinary highlights would have to be the television show Chopped. I got a lot of publicity out of that. Working for Chef Matt Januso in Providence, Rhode Island, one of the absolute best chefs in the United States, I think. So those would be my culinary highlights. Outside of the restaurant, I think it's so funny, people always ask chefs, what are you interested in outside of the restaurant? And that's the funniest question to me as a chef, because as a chef I'm working 90, 100 hours a week in any of the restaurants I've ever worked in and really giving my all to the kitchen. When I'm outside of the restaurant, I really enjoy foraging. I forage for a lot of ingredients, wild edibles that we can actually use in the restaurants. When I was in DC, we were selling them to a lot of other fine dining restaurants, me and a few other friends that I foraged with. Other than that, I really enjoy playing poker. I farm on my family's farm and work with food. I think that's my whole life. I don't do too much outside of a kitchen and food-related things. This competition dining series will also allow me to broaden my horizons as a chef, meet some other great chefs in and around the area, and publicize Heirloom Restaurant first and foremost. That's obviously, if this competition goes well for me and my team, then it goes well for Heirloom Restaurant, and that's really the main ingredient in this recipe, I guess.